Hello, VC, it's Alexander with Wax and Wine, and I'm back with a mega acquisition, a mega grail, as they say. Before I tell you about that, let's see how we get there. Again, I don't want to use grail lightly. I do believe Quebec's Soul Samba is a grail, just like I believe there's a lot of great music that you would consider a grail. So this is a mega grail. I think this one might be more universal grail for all those in the jazz sphere. So can't believe I got it. I know the shopkeeper's watching. Adam, thank you so much. That was so incredible to even think of me when that piece came in. Okay, so what is this video? This video is how I got there. How did I get this mega grail? I traded records. So if you haven't traded records and you can fill up a room in your house with vinyl, you might want to think about a trade. If you're constantly going into record stores or wherever, and you're looking at walls and you're seeing rare pieces and you wish you could have them, you probably could. You probably could have them. If you traded enough records, why not? And you just got to be honest with yourself, like me. You had to have that moment where you go, self, I have too many records. Let's turn it into something. So I got about 100 records together, stuff I hadn't spun in over about 5-year period, maybe longer in some cases, or stuff I had sealed like audiophile represses, and I gathered them up and traded, and I wanted to hear what my amount was. So I traded with a record store in downtown LA. So it's a record store I go to pretty frequently. It's beautiful. It's called Going Underground Records. It's in Little Tokyo. It is cool. Beautiful neighborhood. Tough to park, but if you're patient, you can find a meter somewhere around and then go explore after you're done shopping. So I got about 100 records and I turned them into 3. This is exactly what I had hoped for. When I was given my trade credit, when I was given the amount, I was kind of blown away. And so immediately my eyes darted over to the wall to see what I could leave with, right? It's like when you get your birthday present and you got a $20 bill in your birthday card, you were like, whoa, I gotta get to the toy store instantly, or whatever you were into. And so that's kind of what I did. And so the very first record I left with, Paul Chambers Quintet, originally released in 1958, Donald Byrd, Tommy Flanagan on piano. Oh my gosh, couldn't be a better quarterback of a jazz session. Clifford Jordan blowing beautifully, and Elvin Jones on the drums. Absolutely fantastic. This is a Music Matters repress cut on 2 discs at 45 RPMs. So this is kind of the best possible way I can source the music. This title, I mean, Paul Chambers, Tall Paul Chambers, makes 3 as a leader. I have the bass on top as a blue note tone poet. And then I did find a copy of Whims of Chambers, but all 3 are kind of hard, so I'll kind of grab them any form. So why not take a sealed copy, and why not take it for trade credit? So about $100 of my trade credit for this wonderful recording that originally comes out in 58. Pristine, music sounds fantastic. So happy to have it. Okay, so I go back to downtown LA. It's out of my way. And if I'm doing sales calls, I'll kind of make it a special moment to either go to another record store, what have you, explore a different neighborhood in LA. But this coincided with the hottest weekend in Los Angeles, which was unfortunate for me. So it was like 110, 115-ish downtown. It's too hot. But I wanted to see what Adam had, and I had business that took me over to Highland Park. So as I was driving home, stopped in, wanted to see if there was anything new. So when I came in, he said, that is some good timing. He said, I was thinking of you. He said, when this record came in, and I was hoping you would show up before I decided to post it to the shop's Instagram to advertise that they had got this really rare thing. So I wanted to see what it was. He showed it to me. Egats, man, that is true fire. And so I decided, I paused a little bit. He brought out some records that he thought I might be interested in as well, while I was kind of going back and forth. Should I do it? Should I not? I remind you, I have all the store credit. I have an obscene amount of store credit, very fair trade. And I was thinking about it, but in the meantime, I said, I will commit to this. So the Catwalk from Donald Byrd, you can see that I paid $80 of my store credit. So again, not putting a significant dent on how much store credit I had, featuring the great baritone player Pepper Adams, who he must have had a wonderful relationship with. He's on a lot of sessions together. You have the A&R man for Blue Note. You have Duke Pearson on piano. You have Layman Jackson, a guy who pops up infrequently on Blue Note sessions. So plays on like Sunny Side Up and some other recordings. And then you have Philly Joe Jones on the drums, originally released in 1962. This is Another Music Matters. I think it comes out in 09, 2010, around that time. Fantastic music. Haven't opened this one. This was a sealed copy, but definitely have already checked out the music and was so happy to add it. But the real moment, sorry to bury the lead, I got this. I said, you know what? I'd kick myself if I didn't get it, because the truth was I had actually told Claudia ahead of time, right? As of, you got to learn as we're dancing with our partners here, that I was going to go all in on this record. And a Japanese seller on eBay had a Liberty copy, and I got as high as $375. And whoever it was, they had me beat by a mile, and I just didn't feel more comfortable spending. That was a Liberty. There was a second press of this recording. It was in excellent shape, but with shipping, with tax, it was going to be a very healthy amount. So, as luck would have it, an original popped up at Going Underground. So an original mono copy of Pete LaRocca's only session as a leader on Blue Note. Comes out in September of 1965, Basra. So 59 years to the month. Now this session has Joe Henderson, Steve Kuhn, Steve Swallow. Steve Kuhn's testing the metal of Rudy Van Gelder in New Jersey there by plucking the strings of the piano. They were getting way out there relatively. This is a beautiful piece. Steve Swallow is apparently on LSD as he's taken it prior to his drive out to the to New Jersey there. It's phenomenal music. This is a VG copy. It took all the store credit I had. Don't regret it for a second. I've spun this quite a bit. Absolutely love this. Thrilled to have it. Never thought I would have an original. You can see the mono copy, New York, whatever, who cares? It's all about the music. It does click or pop a smidge on the B-side when Steve Swallow is kind of guiding us in on that really, really quiet passage of the opening track. 6 wonderful songs. Thrilled. Can't believe this is in my collection. So thank you again to Going Underground Records in downtown. Thank you, Adam. Guys, I hope you've acquired some grails. Tell me about them. What'd you get? Have you done a trade? Is it time to do a trade? Probably is. But until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I appreciate you all, and be well.